The eye candy name was a name we gave this product before the official name was released. And so sometimes you may hear me, based upon habit, interchanging those two phrases, eye candy and instantly ageless, but it means the same thing. It's the same product. So what we want to do today is we're going to go through a little eye candy training, a little instantly ageless training, and we're also going to talk about getting started right, getting started fast here with Jeunesse, how to maximize your profitability. We encourage you to remain tuned in throughout the call. We have a lot of important information we want to get to you today. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get things started here this afternoon, or this morning I should say. And let's pull up our first slide here today, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand by for that. All right. All right, here we go. So this is the instantly ageless product training, followed up by our demo to diamond training we're going to be talking about today. At the end of the webinar, I'm going to give you an email address where you can shoot us an email. We will send this to you in PDF form along with the Fast Start training, so you can take this and in turn get it out to your organization. I'm going to run through this as quickly as possible, comment along the way. But let's go ahead and get started with this. The formulation and manufacturing process of instantly ageless is proprietary and will be exclusive to Jeunesse Global. All right? Instantly ageless contains the latest and greatest peptide technology. It contains the one and only peptide clinically proven to work in this fashion. There is also a mineral stack contained within the formulation. It is important to understand that the secret to the product's effectiveness is the recipe that is used to create it. Therefore, it's a combination of what's in it, but more importantly, it's the way the product is manufactured, and that's why it works so well. And it has taken 6 years to perfect this formulation. So always convey that to people when you're talking to them about this product. It is the recipe. You know, if I took 10 people out there and laid cake ingredients in front of 10 people without any type of instructions or recipe, we would get 10 different cakes with all the same ingredients, right? 10 different cakes. So it's the recipe that makes all the difference. Keep in mind, of course, results occur in 2 minutes or less. And this is an important feature of this product. You have heard of the term muscle memory before. The eye candy or instantly ageless takes advantage of your skin memory. The product does not stretch the skin, rather it shrinks or contracts the skin cells. Repeated use trains your skin to contract, so there is a long-term cumulative effect here. If you took your hand and held it out in front of you, and then when you put the instantly ageless on an area, it's like your hand drawing up and clenching into a fist. And then when you take the instantly ageless off, it relaxes back to the open hand. And then when you put it on again, it contracts the hand again. Therefore, you're working out the skin, if you will, and it causes it over time to have long-term effects. However, the excitement around this product is that it is the short-term solution to a long-term problem, which is aging. You know, we already have the long-term solution to the long-term problem with our Jeunesse line. So remember that when you're talking to people about it, it's a 1-2 punch here. You know, you put on the instantly ageless to get that instant gratification, that instant result that you need. You'll last up to 6 to 8 hours. It does have a long-term cumulative effect. But you also want to couple that with the serum. That is the ultimate long-term solution to the long-term problem of aging. Now we're able to attack it from 2 fronts here. So it is very, very important to understand that. Also, it's important to understand how to apply the product. You take a very small dab of the instantly ageless on the tip of the finger. You know, we have people that are getting this product, they're squeezing out the entire vial, and they're rubbing it into areas. That's not how you do it. And you don't want to rub it too forcefully into the skin. You want to apply a thin amount. Less is more. Use a tapping motion for about 5 seconds, then stop and leave it alone while it's still wet. Okay? It's very important that you share with people the proper way to use this product. You know, we're sending out a lot of product via the mail, samples to people. And that's why it's so important that if you're doing that, if you're putting it in people's hands, especially via mail, you want to time the call or have them, you know, get with you when they get it, and you've got to school them and tell them and show them how to do it. On the back of our card, there's before and after pictures on one side. On the back of the card that goes out, it does have instructions. But you want to be able to tell people the proper way to apply it. The other thing, if you make a mistake with it, don't layer the product. Don't put it on once and then try to put it on over it again if it doesn't look quite right to you. Okay, so you just want to remove it. It's no big deal. With a wet cloth, let your skin dry and reapply the product. Okay, the most important thing is the proper application of this product. If you get a light white powdery effect, you have used too much. So, you know, each vial should allow 6 or so under the eye applications. So you want to be sure, ladies and gentlemen, to school your people properly. Don't let people put on too much. If they call you and say, hey man, I put this thing on, it's got this white powder around my eye, they put on too much. Say relax, take a chill pill, go back, get your wet washcloth, take it off, slow down. And it's kind of like riding a bike, man. The first time you got on a two-wheeler, you didn't ride it. So if it takes you 2 or 3 different times to find the right trick to do it, I mean, that's okay, but once you got it, you got it. Okay? Now, ladies, you can put Instantly Ageless on after you apply a liquid-based makeup. If you're using a dry-based makeup, you'll want to apply the eye candy or Instantly Ageless first. Again, feel free to experiment early on and find out what works best for you. And keep in mind, men love this product. I mean, this product for a guy is incredible. Why? Because it's simple, it's easy to use, no muss, no fuss. Take a little dab, put it on, works 6 to 8 hours. As a matter of fact, the men are going bonkers over this thing. And so don't just limit it to the ladies. You know, turn all the men onto it also. And by the way, the product works amazing on scars. Unbelievable on scars. As a matter of fact, this next week we're going to have a picture we're going to put up again of a gentleman who had a prominent scar up around the eye area, put it on, and in 2 minutes it was gone. So we have got an amazing, amazing product here. Wanted to give you some of those tips as far as the product itself is concerned. Now I want to talk a little bit about the demo to diamond concept that we have here with this particular product. You know, marketing with Instantly Ageless. The genius of the product, ladies and gentlemen, and how it's packaged, is that the product and the sample are one and the same. That is absolutely genius. I mean, it simplifies everything. And it comes in that little bitty vial that people can just take and hand out to people, do demos, put it in your pocket, put it in your shirt pocket, you know, stick it in your briefcase, put it in the console of your car. I don't know. But it's simple, it's easy, and you can pull it out anywhere. You know, it's simple and easy to pop in a mailer and shoot it to somebody for them to try anywhere across the country. I mean, it's genius the way that the product is packaged. And that's going to accelerate your growth with this thing, having one and the same product and sample. Next, the pricing has been established at $34.95 wholesale to the distributor with 20 CV for 25 vials. And guess what? The suggested retail is whatever you can get for it. I have people right now on the street with this product that are selling it for $10 a vial. Hand me a 10. People are handing over $10 bills. Well, you know what? If you have 25 vials and you're selling them for $10 per vial, that's $250 in your pocket, and you spent $34.95 plus tax and shipping to get it. That's an incredible retail markup that will work big time on the street. Absolutely. Some of you may want to sell it for $5. I mean, and keep in mind, you know, this is a product that will retail, which is fantastic. But the best thing about this product and the way you can get it out there is it's like a little sales soldier. I mean, ultimately, you want people to get excited and want to go up online and buy and buy and buy and buy again and again and again. So each one of those little vials that you have is a gold mine unto itself. Each one of those little vials that you have could be worth, what, $1,000 a month to you? If you turn it on to the right person and they in turn demo it to people who in turn you know, and so on and so forth. I mean, it's incredible. The networking aspects that will come from just one vial. So, especially now, in this soft launch situation where they just introduced the product, right? It was overwhelming. People rushing the stage. Sold out in what, 30, 45 minutes? So now what they're doing is gearing up for the big national push, the national launch of this thing. And if you were lucky enough to be in Orlando, you have some of this. Let me give you a piece of advice right now. Piece of advice is this: don't sell it. Do not sell or retail your boxes of product. That is a huge mistake. Because right now, as they're gearing up for the national rollout on this thing, all right, with the big blowout, you want to take that product and you want to sample it. You want to break each individual one off and you want to sample it. Okay? And so I'm going to talk about there in just a minute. But, you know, the national product release is for this fall. You cannot order the product from Jeunesse until then unless you are placing your initial product order to get started. So they're putting a little bit of the product in the product packages that the company has with all the incredible other products that we have, where you and your people, or your people as you're bringing them on, they can sign up and get some of the instantly in these packages. And they're going to want to get familiar with all the other products anyway, right? I mean, all the other products have taken us to $500 million a year. So you want everybody to be familiar with the product packages. So as they gear up the inventory here, then you're going to start seeing it up for purchase, you know, in the shopping cart. And you'll be able to set your auto ships up with it and all of those things. And we'll be talking about more of that when that actually occurs. But we have a limited supply of instantly ageless right now. So therefore, again, it is important to understand how to use this limited supply to drive the biggest interest possible. That's what you're wanting to do now. Drive the biggest interest possible. Right? So what you want to do, back to this party thing, you bring over, let's say you bring over 20 people to your house. You do a J party featuring instantly ageless. You introduce it to them at halftime. 20 people want it. So right there on the spot, you say, okay, Betty, I know you want it. Can you host a party Thursday night? I'm going to come over there for all of your friends, and I'm going to do the same thing in front of your 10, 15, 20 people. And then you just keep, okay, and then Susie, okay, you see this thing. Can you do one Tuesday night? And then you say, oh, okay, Bob, can you do one this next Sunday at football watching deal? And what you do, you're like the little Pied Piper. You know, all you're doing is going from fun to fun to fun to fun, opening up the tube, doing a one-eye demo, writing down everybody's names, taking orders, pre-orders, and then signing people up. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you work this thing right now. You work this thing. Again, that's how you do it. And then once you get advocates with you, people who are joining. They're coming on board. What I do is I say, look, you come on for $49.95. You sign up a product package right now today with me, okay, to position yourself. I know you're serious. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you some eye candy or some instantly ageless, and we're going to start doing parties. Did y'all catch that? Use it as a closing tool to get your people to move and to place orders, to get set up in the situation, and then you can get them the instantly where they can go out and be advocates and start building this thing. Can you imagine the wave that you can create with this little vial? One little vial can do 6 to 8 one-eye demos for 10 people each. That's 80 people per vial getting turned on to your business. 80 per vial. Each one of these vials is potentially worth thousands of dollars a month to you in the comp plan as it duplicates out. Treat it like it is. It is gold. It is certainly gold. Listen, if you don't have any of the instantly ageless on hand, I mean, we understand there's going to be people out there in your group. You'll try to secure some from your upline in the fashion I just talked about, but use the 2-minute demo video from the Jeunesse University event to introduce everyone you know right now. Right now. Go to YouTube. It's up everywhere. Type in youtube.com. Go to YouTube and type in, search Jeunesse Global or type in Instantly Ageless. And there's a 2-minute video there that was done live with a counting down cell phone, or counting up I guess it was, that was held up next to this gal's face as her eye magically changes before everybody's eyes. If I was you, I'd be sending people to that video and having them watching it and call you back and take orders and signing people up. I mean, that's what you want to be doing right now, right? So whether you have product or don't have product, use that 2-minute demo on Leah that was done at the event to build your business with right now. Okay? Again, grabbing positions, come on board now, get active, and then plug into the Fast Start training we're going to go over in just a minute. Also, keep in mind, you will be notified periodically via email or text about our upcoming Eye Candy Crush It team opportunity calls or webinars. And we will notify you about our team training calls and webinars. So it's going to be coming out to you through your upline or from us. And you want to, whenever we make an announcement, everybody, you got to take that text or that email or announcement and you have to network it through to your team. Do not assume that we have your team's information and that they're seeing this stuff. It is up to you to network all the announcements of the upcoming webinars, the conference calls, everything we're doing, and then have your people do the same. Okay? And it will explode your business. Okay, so again, this is the time to take action, everybody. You want to move quickly. You want to move like there's no tomorrow. Take full advantage of this sneak preview period. That's what this thing is right now. You know, the big bonanza is right before all of you. This is your chance to hit a lick. It's like I always talk about. People dream about being in this position. You know, to be able to get in front of a trend that you know is going through the roof, and be able to get positioned now so you will be swept up in a jet stream of momentum and carried along, you know, to the riches. It's so much different than what everybody else in the network marketing arena is doing right now. You know what they're doing? Here's what they're doing. They're climbing down into the trenches of multi-level, sweat and blood, trying to figure out who they're going to talk to about another Me Too, mine's better than your product line. That's what they're all doing. That's not what we're doing here. We are rocking. We have got the hottest product to hit this industry in the last 20 years. And you guys are in on the groundest of ground floors. So start building position. Get your people in. Get them positioned. Get their product packages ordered now. Because the difference of getting started right now and really moving versus sitting around and letting the days go by, you know, and I'll get to it, or, you know, I'm just going to wait till, you know, they nationally launch it fully and all that. You are missing out. So take full advantage of this timing that you are fortunate enough to have right now. Okay, Now what we're going to do is shift our emphasis over to our fast start training here, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand by. All right, here we go. Let's get started with this. And again, I will post an email at the end of this webinar, and I'll announce it also over the phone for those of you on the phone. Shoot us an email. We will get you hard copy of this in an attachment in a PDF form that you can take and print out, get to your people, send it out to all of your people. It is so important to have a cookie cutter that works. You know what? One of the big dangers that people have when they join this type of business and they're new and they come from a successful background is they spend a bunch of time, let me rephrase that, waste a bunch of time because they think that they know better, that they're going to come up with a better way, a faster way. You know, hey, I'm the top salesman, you know, for Xerox copiers or whatever. You know, I've been doing this for 20 years, man. You know, and they go out and try to, you've heard it, reinvent the wheel. They maverick on you. That's what I call it. They maverick on you. And then the next thing you know, they're out there spending all this time and effort trying to figure out how they're going to do this thing. And I'm going to develop my own cookie cutter. And they lose all of this time. They lose all of the timing. They lose all of the momentum. And sure enough, a month later, I'm getting a phone call telling me, man, this thing ain't working like I thought it would. Well, I wonder how come. So this fast start training that you're looking at today is proven to work. And it's the same thing conceptually that I've been doing for over 20 years. And it's now been applied to what we have here. So again, just embrace this thing and go out and rock and roll, okay? Fast start training, getting started right, maximize your profitability. Number one, it's like I'm talking to you like you were a new person coming into the program. You know, you go to your sponsor's website, you sign up for the $49.95. You get your website, you get your back office, you get to order the products at wholesale, you get to plug into a multi-million-dollar platform and build this thing. Okay, second thing you got to do is activate. You do that by placing a product package order. Okay? So what I do when people are ready to place their order, I ask them a simple question. Do you want to make the most money for doing the same work? Write that down. Do you want to make the most money for doing the same work? The answer is always, well, of course, sure I do. Yes. I don't care if you're a ditch digger. You want to make $15 an hour instead of $12, right? So if the answer is yes, when it's yes, your answer is, well, then you want to get an ambassador pack to start. You want to start here at the $1,099 level. Pure and simple. Because there, number one, they leapfrog you halfway up the compensation plan and they grandfather you into the key position in the comp plan, which is the Sapphire position. Boom. End of story. You get to leapfrog halfway up the comp plan by making that purchase. And see, you start picking up 3 levels of matching check bonuses from day one. Therefore, you're making more money for doing the same work from day one because they positioned you as a Sapphire without you having to qualify for it. And by the way, they're going to grandfather you into that position for 180 days. 6 months, they're going to pay you more money simply by making a purchase. Folks, this is about making money. It ain't about spending money. If you're listening in on this today and you're watching this webinar and you're thinking about how much money this is going to cost you, you're thinking about this wrong. Money is a tool to get you to where you want to go. You spend as a tool to get you to where you want to go. You know, you got to ask yourself a question right now. You know, are you a glass half empty marketer? Are you a glass half full marketer? You know, the half full marketers are looking at it as a way to maximize their profitability and rock the house to get a lot of inventory to work with. You know, I want to lead by example because I want all of my people having the same advantage to infinity. And the glass half empty marketer is thinking about how cheap they can get in this thing. And they don't know what a disservice they're not only doing to themselves, but to their group. So you got to convey this, folks, to your people. And the best way to do it is ask them the question, do you want to make the most money for doing the same work here? Yes, then you need to start as an ambassador. That's it. And when people start hem-hawing around and they start saying, well, I don't know. I said, wait a minute, hold on a second. You told me that you wanted to make the most money for doing the same work. Well, I did. Well, then you need to start as an ambassador. Don't you want the 3 levels of match? Yeah, I do. Okay, then you want to start as an ambassador pack. So I can't tell you how important this thing is, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever read the book, The Tale of Two Cities? It's one of the most famous books out there, A Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times, right? That's the first sentence in that book. You got to decide which side of the track you want to play on. Do you want to have it here at Jeunesse Global, the best of times, or do you want to play on the track that's other side of the tracks, the worst of times? The best of times, people, are duplicating ambassador pack orders to infinity, and because of all the advantages, and 500 points goes into the compensation plan per order. Right? If you are duplicating the 199 order in your organization, 100 points goes in to the comp plan to calculate your commissions. Do you want 500 points per body going in, or do you want 100 points per body going in? You know what? I figured that out a long time ago. It takes the people that are doing basic pack duplication, it takes them 5 times the bodies to generate the same amount of points and revenue that the other team is doing it the other way. And I don't want my people working that hard, right? So, look, get people started right. Get them started with the right package. Now, am I saying that if they can't start with an ambassador pack or a super jumbo not to work with them? Of course not. I'm not saying that. If they can't start at that level, can't, or won't, the main thing is to get them in, get started. Okay, what can you do? Get them in, get started with the package, because I'll tell you this, the number one asset that people bring to this company and to your organization is their contact base and their willingness to go after all of them with what we have. It's not what they bring in Hip National, right? But it is an advantage. It's not the issue, but it is an advantage to be able to start there. Now, some of you are on the line today and you're saying, man, if I'd have known all of this, I wouldn't have started for that basic pack. My sponsor didn't tell me. Listen, go into your back office, go into the package section of the back office of the shopping cart, click on that thing, and there will be an upgrade package that you can get right now that will upgrade you to that Sapphire level, and your 6-month grandfathering will start from the minute you place that order. Okay? So if you're on this line today, you got started with us this week, you started with the basic pack order, fear not. Fear not. Go to your back office, go to the shopping cart, go to packages, click on that, click the upgrade package, boom, you're there with everybody else. All right? Okay, so again, very important. Next, set up your auto ship. You have to set up your auto ship. Ladies and gentlemen, a question for all of you who are listening in and looking at this thing today. Do you have life insurance? Yes. Do you have health insurance? Yes. Do you have auto insurance? Yes. Do you have homeowners insurance? Yes. Auto ship is business insurance. That's what this is. It's business insurance. And so you set this up just like you would set up any other insurance with a monthly draw, if you will, against your account. You set it up with your credit card, pre-selecting the products you want to have shipped into you every 30 days. And you have to do that. Why? Because if you don't remain active in the program by ordering at least 60 points a month, all of your points flush out of the team building part of the comp plan. That's a disaster. You don't want that to happen. And so when you're getting your people started, you got to get them signed up with business insurance, with their auto ship. When they place their product package, right then, you want them covered. Because life goes fast, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's going to be Christmas here before we know it, right? I mean, next thing you know, a week's gone by, a month's gone by, and you don't want your people waking up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night, and they go, oh my God, Mildred, we didn't place our order last month, and they run into the kitchen, and they go to their back office, and sure enough, their points have flushed. Well, if you're on auto ship, sleep well, my friend. You don't have to worry about anything. You're covered. Be smart. Be a smart business person. Set yourself up on auto ship. If you're not on there now, go do it right now today. It's business insurance. Okay? And be sure to set your people up the same way. Okay, next. You want to qualify your position. This is critical. This compensation plan is based upon creating executives. That's what you want to do, is create executives in the compensation plan. How do you do that? You come on board, activate with the purchase. You put one friend on the left, one on the right who does the same thing. That makes you an executive. It's like the brick of the house that you're going to build here, everybody. So you want to do that. How fast? Yesterday, as soon as possible. You get in today, you get your two best friend running buddies and put them one on the left, one on the right, and teach everybody to do the same. It's you and two, you and two, you and two, you and two, to infinity. It's you and two, right? And oh, by the way, keep in mind that the two people you put at the top of your left and right teams are going to be over everything you do for the life of the program. They are in the catbird seat, so to speak, right? They are in the optimal prime position. Who do you want to sit on top of this thing with you? What, your best friend that you've known for 20, 25 years, right? People that want to have fun, make money, turn the clock back? People who see this instantly ageless thing and are going to rock it with you? Get your two in quickly and have them do the same. Create that momentum. You and two, you and two, you and two. And I have a worksheet that I can give you that you just have to, all you have to do is fill out the worksheets, and it comes with this Fast Start training. All right, so you're going to qualify. And remember, you must be an active executive to receive team building and matching check bonuses. So not only do you have to remain active in the plan, right, with your auto ship like we talked about, but you also have to have one that you personally sponsored on your left team and one on your right team who are doing the same month to month to month. If you're not qualified month to month to month, you're not going to get your team building commission check, and you're not going to get your match and check bonuses. So this is critical, what I'm telling you folks. Next, duplicate this process using this Fast Start training with all your new distributors. You need to get this in everybody's hands when they come on board, okay? And you need to get them on this call at 11:30 every Saturday. As your new people come on during the week, here's the drill for them. You got to be on the Fast Start training Saturday at 11:30. Here's the link. Here's the number. You got to be there. You want to maximize out your check? You want to crank this thing up? You got to be there. You see, we will do the training for you. We will put this in there. All you got to do is get good at building, recruiting, building your team, building your community, staying on focus, build, and then shift them to us on Saturday, and we'll get them off to a fast start in a proper way. We've got the 2x2 project worksheet that they're going to use to track their progress. And it comes with this training. You will get it when we get it to you. And here's the key. You want to force down the numbers like I was talking about. 2 who get 2, who get 2, who get 2, who get 2, who get 2. You want to help everybody in your group get 2. And you want to push those numbers down as far as you can, because that's what's going to pay the money. You've got to get those numbers going vertical. You and 2. Okay? So you want to take responsibility for your individual people. Like if you come on board and you sponsor Bill, it is your responsibility to help Bill get his 2. And you got to teach Bill it's his responsibility to help him get his 2 for his 2 people, and so on and so forth. You can't come into this thing, sponsor somebody in, have them place their product package, pat them on the butt and say, "Sick 'em, Tiger. I've done mine, now you go do yours, let's all go get rich. It don't work that way. You have got to be a mentor and sponsor and then push the numbers down using this 2 by 2 by 2 concept. That is the core of what you're going to be doing here. Teach people to teach, not just to learn. You must do this to create ongoing duplication in your group that is independent of you. You know, you got to, this is all about duplication. It's all about duplication. Everything. So you want to keep this thing on a track that will mass duplicate. All right, some housekeeping stuff that you want to do. I'm not going to go into it a lot. You guys can see this. We'll send it to you in the training. You want to log into your back office. You want to be sure to set your toggle switch. Okay? This is really important. When people go to your website to sign up, you're going to tell the computer which team they're going to go on, left or right team. You do that by adjusting your toggle switch that's in the profile section of your website. Any changes you make to your profile section, you have to be sure to click Save Changes at the bottom. If you don't do that, it's not going to save the change. You think it's changed. You send somebody there and they end up in the wrong place. Okay? You got to be careful, folks. This is your business. You have to manage it, especially with this placement feature. So you want to teach that to all of your people. Be sure to attend all the meetings, webinars, conference calls, trainings. Immerse yourself in Jeunesse and with what we're doing as a team here at the Eye Candy Crush It team, all right? And you want to sample, you want to get the products out in people's hands. The more you do that, the more money you're going to make. All right, let's talk about marketing tools. All right, let's run through this. Keep in mind, recruiting is a process, not an event. It is a series of exposures. So what I've got here for is that exposures that you're going to use to let your people know about what you have. So where do you find the people you want to go after? They're in your cell phone. Everybody you know is in your cell phone. So what you want to do is, go there, get your top 10, 20 people you want to go after. I would shoot them the 2-minute video. The one that was done at the conference. Of changing before their eyes. Send them the video. Tell them to call me as soon as you're done looking at it. What an incredible exposure, right? So push, text it to them. The link, whatever. Okay? But the number one exposure is you. Your excitement, your enthusiasm. Speak from the heart. Be real with people. Be transparent. Have their best interest in mind. Don't think with your pocketbook. Think with theirs. Be a great mentor. Guide them in the right direction. Set them up to maximize their profitability. Listen, you're a highly paid tour guide here. That's exactly what you are. It is your responsibility to lay the cards on the table and let people choose. That's why you're going to ask them, hey, do you want to make the most money for doing the same work here? Yeah, I do. Okay, you need to start as an ambassador. Why? Because you get 3 levels of match from day one. Remember all that? So it's your responsibility to do that and do it with your enthusiasm. Get the information out there, be enthusiastic, and it will carry the day. Next, the products. The products are, a key here. We are a product-based company. You want inventory. That's another reason you get the bigger package. And I'll tell you something. You're not going to keep any of this that you order from us. You're going to go through it. You're going to personally use it, or you're going to sell it, or you're going to sample it. That's what you're going to do with everything that you've got. And oh, by the way, there's a 100% money-back guarantee. So who cares? Order up as much as you can, get that ambassador pack, get positioned, and rock and roll. So the more product you get, the faster your business is going to go. Pure and simple. Okay? And then, so there's other things that we're going to teach you later on about products and rotating your inventory and whatnot in an advanced training session in the near future. But as a rule of thumb, get your products and get it coming your way as fast as possible, as much as you can. Next, you've got the J-World platform. Go into your back office, check out the J-World platform. You got a J-Tools section. You can learn about J-Builder, J-Mobile, incredible tools that you can use. Not going to go into all of that right now today, but you want to go and check it out, get acclimated, and then plug into the Google Hangouts that they're doing to teach you how to use that fantastic tool to build your business. But you can use that tool to put out videos and different things. And again, another exposure platform that you can use to turn people onto this thing. Next, conference calls. You know, Jeunesse does a conference call every Thursday, a corporate call. You want to rally around that, plug people into that. But more importantly, we are doing, as a team, webinars and conference calls. You want to use those as an exposure. It's not just you telling people, it's letting other people who've been around the block for a while work for you, leverage your time, and tell the story. So you always want to be putting new people into and onto these conference calls and webinars. Okay, it's part of the process. It's another exposure, which we're just talking about. Of course, the webinars. So keep in tune with this, and we send out every week the schedule of our upcoming week of webinars and everything that we're doing as a team. So stay close to the fire. Next, live meetings. If you don't have one in your local area, start one. Start a meeting. You know, have fun. People want to be around people having fun. They want to be around people making money. You know, I can't tell you how exciting it is to be able to take that instantly ageless product and put it on from the front of the room when I do a meeting, a home meeting. I got a whole house full of people, and I'm standing up there talking, and I pull it out and put it under one of my eyes in front of everybody. And they sit there and watch me, and I watch all their eyes open up and their jaws drop, and they start looking at each other, and they start high-fiving each other, and the buzz starts in the room, and they go, God, you're kidding, look at that, look at that. And then what's funny is they all stare at me the rest of the meeting. And it's funny because, you know, I'm going on and explaining the comp plan and all this stuff, and I look at them, they look at me, and they're going, God, look at that. I mean, wow, look at that. I mean, everybody is in, right? Have fun with the live meetings, home meetings, parties. It's a blast. Next, exposure is the three-way call. It is the most important tool that you will use in this business, other than this new 2-minute video thing you've got, and of course demoing the product. But you want to utilize a three-way call properly. And here's how you do it. You put people through the paces. You put people through the exposures first, then call your upline to do a three-way call. Okay? Here's what you don't do, is pick up the phone, call me and say, hey Steve, this is Bill. I've got John on the line. Tell him about the deal. You know, I don't have time for that. You don't have time for that. You know what I'm going to say? Hey John, nice to meet you. Let me ask you a question. Have you seen the demo on our Instantly Ageless product yet? Well, no. Hey, have you been on one of our webinars yet? No. I'm going to say, John, tell you what you need to do. We're going to get you that video. You take a look at it. We got a webinar tonight. Jump on there. And after you see those two things, let's talk. Right? So what you want to do is call up your upline, and it needs to go something like this. Hey, Steve, this is Bill. I got John on the line. He saw that 2-minute video from the conference. He experienced the product for himself. He was on your webinar last night. Say hi to John. And I'm going to say, hey, John, how you doing? What did you like best about what you've seen and heard so far? Oh, man, that product is incredible. Yeah, it is. Are you ready to get started? Or he may say, man, it looks like there's a lot of money all over the place in this thing. Well, you know what, John? It is. You know, how would you like to get a piece of the next $300 million payout? Oh, you would? Are you ready to get started? You see how that works? So you want to set your upline up in a position where they're there to help. They're there to help you help your new person get started and place an order. Okay? So this is the key here too on this, ladies and gentlemen. Look, the secret to effective recruiting and building, because that's what you're doing. You're building an ever-growing community of wholesale buyers who are ordering the product at wholesale to their door, using the products, sharing their experiences with their friends, and showing all of them how to do the same thing. That's your number one job here. You're going to sell a little bit along the way, retail, in your normal course of business. But you've got to build the community. So the secret to effective community building is to use the tools that we've talked about today, these exposures, and compress the time between the exposures to the shortest time possible. That is the secret. In other words, you don't want to send them a 2-minute video, 4 days later, put them on a webinar, and 6 days after that, do a 3-way call with your upline. No, that's, you know what? You're not going to do real well doing that. What you want to do is get people turned on and then go to your upline, make that three-way call and write that bit, and you want to do it boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, done. 1, 2, 3, done. 1, 2, 3, done. And you want to stay on that simple cookie cutter path and just continue to do that, and the magic will happen for you. Okay? So I want to thank everybody for taking the time to be here today. I've got a couple of announcements I'd like to make. I'm going to post this email, get it up for all of you to be able to, just shoot us an email. We want to get it out to you. Hard copy of this this Fast Start training. By the way, real quickly here, ladies and gentlemen, let me see. I want to see if I can. I want to push this up on the screen here real quickly. This is the worksheet that we're going to send you that goes with the Fast Start training. Okay, this is critical to your success. This piece of paper will take you to the riches. And basically what it does in graphical form, it allows you to work from a sheet that's visible and tangible and allow your people to do the same. Okay? And so when you're at the top, you get your 2, you put Bill and Mary at the top 2 squares, and like I told you, your job is to help Bill and Mary get there too. And so when you accomplish Bill and Mary each getting there too, you complete this sheet, bam, check it off. You're bad. You're bad to the bone. That's when you start keeping score. It's not when you get somebody in, and again, just say, go sick 'em, Tiger. Don't do that. So what your job is to take Bill and Mary and help them get there too, check off the sheet. So you brought your first 2 people there, Bill and Mary, right? So what do you do next? You pull out another blank sheet. You're at the top, and you bring your 3rd person in, which is Mike. And then you bring in your 4th person, which is Tina. And you put their names at the top there, and then what are you supposed to do? You help them get there too, to become executives. What are you doing? You're creating executives, right? Remember we talked about it. It's the brick of the house that you're building. So you and 2, them and 2. So when you complete that sheet, you check it off. Then you pull out another blank sheet. You bring your number 5th and 6th person there, and so on and so forth. Now the key position in the compensation plan is the Sapphire executive position. And so you had an opportunity to buy your way there by purchasing that ambassador pack, grandfather you in for 6 months, right? But ultimately, you actually have to qualify for that position. How do you do it? Fill out 6 sheets. You fill out 6 project 2x2 worksheets. That's it. Right? 2 people that you personally sponsored per sheet. Help each of them get executives. You need 12 executives to make Sapphire. So you fill out 6 sheets. When you're done, you've made it. So what you want to do is have everybody get this little worksheet and work from these sheets. So when you call up Bill, you say, hey, Bill, how's it going, man? Oh, it's going great. How many sheets you got filled out? Well, I got 3. Well, you got 3 more to go, Bill. We got to get you to Sapphire. We got to work on that 4th sheet. Do y'all see how that works? So this is a working sheet that you will use and duplicate massively down through your group. So that's also coming with the Fast Start training. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our hour is about up. Quick announcement I would like to make. Don't forget, our Team Eye Candy Crush It call is tomorrow night at 7:30 Central Time, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern Time. And so we always send out the information and the texting and all of that for that. If you hit us back on the email here today, we will also email that information to you. Let's go ahead and get that email address up, everybody. All right, there we go. That's the email you want to send to secure your copy, hard copy of the Fast Start training and the Eye Candy training and Demo to Diamond training we talked about here today. For those of you who are listening on the phone, the email address is S as in Steve, H as in Harry, G as in Go, W Z as in zebra, at yahoo.com. shgwiz@yahoo.com. Tomorrow night, we're going to be giving away prizes and cash to our winners from the previous Sunday that we have done this. And if you're on the conference call tomorrow night, you also go into a drawing to win cash, product, prizes, all kinds of great stuff on our celebration call we have every Sunday night at the 7:30 p.m. Central. So mark your calendars for that and plan on being there. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to be here with us today. We appreciate all of you. It's a team effort. And don't forget, everybody's heading out to Las Vegas in March. Start making your plans now. It'll be an incredible event. I anticipate there's going to be 5,000 people there come March. Book your tickets now. Get your convention tickets now. It will be a blowout. It will be a blast. It's at Caesar's Palace. And also stay close to the fire in your back office, your Jeunesse announcements in your mailbox. We have meetings that are popping up all across the country. And so you'll know where those are. They're open meetings you can send your people to in those local areas. So we have Chicago, Illinois coming up in early December. We have Bermuda coming up, a number of other cities. So be sure that you're in tune with all of those. And if you have people that you want to send to those events and we're attending, Stephanie or myself, be sure to have them look us up, and we'll be sure to take care of all of your people for you. Again, everybody, thank you so much. It's been my honor and privilege to be here today. My name is Steve Green, and we'll see you very, very soon at one of the upcoming events and, of course, on our upcoming webinars. So long, everybody. Have a fantastic Saturday.